So, whether you started your body transformation or not, you should know the importance of having to commit yourself to it even before starting. And if you watched my previous video, the 10 steps to a successful body transformation, you should really know what the journey you're going to be going towards, what to expect. And if you didn't watch that video, make sure you go watch that video first, because I really feel like you need to understand the journey to really know what you're going to get yourself into. But soon you come to realize that it's really not about the workout that's hard. It's the hardest part of staying consistent in the gym on your fitness goals is actually that one step that you need to make in the present time to get yourself to the gym. It doesn't matter if you have a membership or if you don't have a membership. What matters is action. You need to get out there and do the work. I'm sure you felt it too. There's so many times when the hardest part of working out is actually getting to the gym. And this is something that's been on my mind that I want to really let you guys know. Everything you do, it's harder when it's projected through the mind. But once you understand that you actually get yourself going and you're in action, then you really start to feel like you're just in the zone, you're in the flow, and you just get it done. That's why coming to the gym is actually hard, but doing your workout is actually pretty enjoyable. And when you finish it, that's when like the real pleasure, that's when the dopamine and everything good starts coming in, and you start feeling good about yourself. That confidence comes up and that pump is up. You feel good, you look in the mirror, you feel sexy. That's what it's all about. But obviously those endorphins come down, and the next day it gets annoying and it gets really hard to get yourself back in the gym. That's why when motivation is there, you get yourself to the gym, but when it's not, you kind of cut yourself out, and that's really the downfall of what happens if you don't stay consistent. And the main message that I want to get across today is that there's always going to be resistance. The resistance to quit, the resistance to skip, the resistance to procrastinate. And just know that the more resistance there is, the better the fulfillment will be when you actually beat yourself and do what you need to do, which is pretty much what discipline really means and stands for. Discipline, in my terms, is doing what you need to do, whether you feel like doing it or not. And a big problem these days is the lack of discipline, the lack of staying consistent, the lack of just switching past when things get too hard. And that is something that I want to let you know, that if you don't have this pursuit of constant improvement and discipline, you're not going to really get anywhere in fitness. Making a body transformation, the transformation is just not physical. I'm sure you know this by now, but it's when you do a body transformation, it's that journey that you go through and endure. And if you come out successful, a physical transformation is the cherry on top. But the real transformation is what you get, the values you learn through the hardship, the values you learn through discipline, through hard work, through self-control, through everything you need to do and have under control when you're doing your body transformation. So in the world of body transformation, we'll call this BT from now on. It's just going to be our own insider language, because I feel like if we have this, I don't need to be saying body transformation 200 times every video. So I'm just going to call it BT from now on. So if I say BT, just know that it stands for body transformation. That is really what I truly believe in. Like, you have to keep doing your body transformation, and it's not just one body transformation. One body transformation will teach you great lessons, but now you know where you need to improve on so that your next body transformation can be a more success to what you are. And that's really where the growth mindset comes in. That's really how you grow physically and mentally. And the biggest resistance, like we were talking about, is the want to quit, the want to stop, and the want to procrastinate. But once you stop and fall into the resistance, then it's all over. So what's the most important thing in my terms if you want to actually start your BT? It's committing, and you have to, it might sound kind of harsh, but you really need to force yourself into doing a body transformation. And I want to tell you about a personal BT that I had to go through when I just became certified as a personal trainer. And this was in Korea about 14, 15 years ago, because that's when I really started to get my hands into training people, and that's when I became a personal trainer and got certified for it. So once that happened, I want to tell you about this story where I got certified. Now I'm all excited, and I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I'm just excited. I'm ready to help people reach their fitness goals. This is after me coming off a big injury and having to quit my my athlete life, and then it was a real hard time, and I had this transitional period where I had to really decide on what I wanted to do. And after some thinking, I mean, this is in my mid-20s, so like mid-young 20s, so I was like, okay, I mean, I've always been doing sports through high school. I've learned so much about nutrition when I was in middle school because I almost died from diabetes. And with all this together, I feel like I could be so much help to people that needs guidance. And I think I should become a personal trainer. So in Korea, as a young man should be doing, is struggling through life, knowing what his main goals and his objective and his life purpose is. I was trying to figure that out, and and while I was trying to figure that out, I really got to a point where, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And then I made that decision that personal training, training people, coaching people, guiding people is going to be something I want to do for the rest of my life. And so what I did was, I was young. I was born here, so Korea is a motherland country to me, and it is a second language to me. I'm good enough to speak Korean, but I wasn't that good when I first went to Korea. So everything, the culture, everything, it was brand new. I didn't know anything. I was literally probably like young 20s, and then I just moved to Korea right after a couple years after high school to really find my purpose in life. And what I did, there's this website where you kind of look for jobs, and then I just kind of sent a letter. I love fitness. I want to dedicate my life in helping people do fitness. And I wrote this simple letter to a small private gym. And that's literally how I got my first job. They hit me back, and it was a 2-hour bus drive going there. And I wanted it so badly that I said, okay, I'm going to go through the grind. And then that's how I got my first job as a personal trainer. Right when they got me as a personal trainer, they wanted me to first get certified. So I got certified. Then the second thing they wanted me to do was go and compete. And I was like, yo, how the heck am I supposed to compete? Like, I mean, I was a swimmer in high school, so I did swimming comps, and then right after high school I was into MMA, so I was getting ready for amateur fights and stuff until I broke my leg. And then that's really where the transitional period to my training was, to personal training, and that's where my career started as a personal trainer. But that first year as a personal trainer, it was nothing like what I really expected. Like, what really happened was I was learning how to teach people to work out. I was learning different exercises. I was under a cruel workout myself. And then the boss was like, all right, you need to start competing. I need you to get on stage, and you need to make your best body as soon as possible. I'll give you 3 to 4 months. Get on stage. I don't care if you win or not. Just get on stage so that my gym can have trainers that are actually competing. That's what the boss wanted. He wanted us to compete so that trainers gain the authority of, look, we're competitors and we can teach you how to train people. And that's really what the personal training business is all about. And that's why there's so many personal trainers that want to compete, do powerlifting meets, because of authority. And it gives them that much power and that much more authority to teach other people because they do competitions. So that's how it started. And when I first did it, like, I didn't know anything about the 10-step journey or what I'm going to be going through. Like, all I did was just Google and like ask people and ask my managers, ask my boss, like, how am I going to do this? And then they were like, first, you just need to commit. And obviously I did, because this is a brand new career. I wanted to do my best. So everything's on the line. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And through my experience with nutrition and training and everything, I was in a very hardcore mindset. I was like, all right, I just have one objective, and that's to get on stage and not be embarrassed. And I've never gotten under, let's say, 12% body fat before. But with this commitment in action and the support group and everyone that's doing it together and the guidance that we got, I was actually in the zone, in the flow of doing this with everything. And I was just in there. I was just in the zone, and that's all I was looking for. And that's the only thing that was going on in my brain. And that's the kind of flow, that's the kind of zone you need to get into if you really want to do a BT. And the reason for that is because it's that hard. That needs to be the only priority on your mind if you really want to succeed. And this is something that so many people don't talk about. They just talk about how easy it can be, how much more different kinds of foods you can now eat, how much less cardio you can do, how much more effective exercises you can do. And they just keep trying to make everything so much more easier. And I've tried easy, I've tried very easy, I've tried everything actually. And the only thing that works is commitment. And getting yourself to commit, fear is the biggest problem, because you think that it's so hard to go on a diet, to do training, to do cardio. You think, and your mind doesn't want to do it, so you can't convince yourself to do it. Then obviously you're not going to do it, and obviously if you half-ass it and try to do it, you're not going to get good results. Can you remember the first time you tried to ride a bike? Or No. This is the perfect one. I remember the first time when I went bungee jumping, and anything you're really scared of, go back a moment and really think about that moment and be like, where did this fear come from? This fear of not wanting to commit to do it, not wanting to just, whatever resistance was there, it's because of either fear, anxiety, whatever negative emotion. But once you know that you can actually force yourself to get into flow, get in the zone, and commit yourself to doing it, there's nothing that can stop you. And that is really getting yourself in that state is the only way to succeed. And if you can't get yourself in that state within that first 5-step journey, pre-step journey of the 10 steps, then really the whole journey, it's not going to be easy, or I would even say you're not going to be able to come out the other side succeeding in a body transformation. Hopefully you got the message that committing and getting yourself to start, getting you in the state, getting in the flow is the most important, and fear, anxiety, those things are no longer stopping you. You're ready. Now you're probably asking, all right, I'm mentally prepared. I don't know exactly what and how to start this. So now in my next video, I'm gonna go through the exact steps I go through with an onboarding client to determine their starting diet, their starting training plan, their starting macros, their starting plan to get them started without feeling overwhelmed, without feeling like this is too much. Give them the confidence they need to actually start and go through this. There's a process to it, and if you follow the protocol, if you follow my framework, I can guarantee that you will get results because I have gotten so many results for my clients with my proven framework that works and works and works. As long as you can get this whole pre-step journey and the whole 10-step journey, you're ready for it, then I want to really teach you how to do it and what to do and what the details and the tactics and the real know how to do it. I will go over everything in the next video. So today's video was just a main message that I wanted to get out to you. I know the 10-step journey is out there. If you didn't watch it, go watch that previous video. But this one, it's really to get you to realize that the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. And once you can convince and sell yourself that you can do this and you start taking action, I guarantee you, you will get further in your fitness journey than ever. And I also want to tell you, if you do commit and you do get started, but things get hard and life throws stuff at you and you do have to quit, just know that that's just one failure. And that's the beginning. And I've failed probably 100 BTs. I've tried and failed 2 weeks in. I've tried and failed 8 weeks in. I've tried and failed 5 weeks in. I've failed countless times, but I've succeeded many times also. And it's that journey of trying and failing, trying and succeeding and growing, and that whole journey, that whole process is the true lifestyle of fitness and body transformations. All right, that's it for today's video. Thank you.